Yeah, let's get it. We're just gonna jump right into it, folks. There's a
Yeah, Chris and Dylan on the mic, straight from Queens Turf. Podcast game strong, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, Murph, Mets and Yankees, dream Bronx to Shea. In the city that never sleeps, sports don't play. NY faithful, we're repping our teams. Jets fly high and I pick out both dreams. From courts to fields, can't walk away. Queens talk sports each and every day. Chopped cheese breakfast, bagels by noon. Pizza slice nights over New York tune. Game stats fly while the meatball simmers. Chris with the takes, Dylan drops singers. Microphones buzzing like city lights. From Knicks brick shots to Rangers fights. Taste of NYC in every fight. Chris and Dylan, sports talk ignite.
welcome to the Any Sports Podcast. We'll talk about anything at any given time, but
The main focus is always New York.
different guest than usual, and that would be the infamous BFlo.
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
Back.
yeah, we got
The best time of the year has arrived.
playoff basketball, and we get to enjoy it yet again. That's a viewpoint I think that most honestly, like sports fans in general need to, but especially Knicks fans need to take on. Is we were in the doldrums 5 years ago. Like, let's just be happy that we're in the playoffs. Like, let's just enjoy this shit. But I know nobody will.
We're in the playoffs consistently.
And consistently thought of in more so the upper echelon of the NBA nowadays. So there's not a lot to be upset about per se. Like, yeah, we're about to nitpick some stuff, especially with the Knicks going into that series with the Pacers, Jesus. Pistons. Wrong P team. But yeah, man, I guess we'll just start with the Knicks. It's a New York centric podcast. How are you feeling about drawing the Pistons?
Listen, man, I like the Pistons. Don't get me wrong. I like they're bringing the bad boy Pistons whole culture back. I dig it.
They're not the team I wanted to see, to be honest. If I had to pick,
Listen, honestly, I don't think the Pistons are a team anybody wants to see. But let's keep it really 100,000. They don't know what it is to be in the Garden during the playoffs.
That's true.
All that rah, we're tough guys. No.
Who do they have with true playoff experience? Like Tobias Harris, that's it.
Tobias Harris, really? Maybe Malik Beasley.
Yeah. If he hits somebody with the too small again when he's like 5'6" himself, then there's gonna have to be an issue.
Yeah, but other than that, in terms of successful playoff veterans, they don't have any.
Nah.
Right? I was watching. I was scrolling through Instagram. What's homeboy's name that calls our games sometimes?
Alan Hahn, Wally Zerbiak, Brendan Brown, R.I.P. Mike Breen.
Mike. Man, I forget. It'll come to me, but he made a point where he was like, everybody's saying that Cade is going to be the best player on the floor during this playoff series. And I'm just like,
possibly say that.
I'm like, guys, listen.
You forget
Brunson averaged 30 a game in the playoffs. Cade hasn't done nothing.
What are we talking about? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they got to understand, like, yeah, Cade is doing his thing. Cade stayed locked in with the Pistons, helped the Pistons get to where they are now. But listen, this is different basketball. Yeah, Cade, I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with the pressure. Look, if he can deal with the pressure, and for some crazy reason they get the Knicks in the first round, then you know what? All salutes to Cade, and
I still don't think, even if the Knicks lose the series, I still don't think he's the best player in the series.
No, for sure. He's not going to be. Brunson is the best player on the floor.
I don't think he's top two. I think it's Brunson, Cat, and then maybe you can mention Cade.
I would put OG first.
Okay, there we go.
You know what I'm saying? Cade would be number 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you want to talk talent, if you want to talk how they actually play, like, yeah, I don't think Cade is top. I think he's a sick talent. I'd love to have him as maybe our 2 guard or something like that, because we ain't replacing the big captain. But yeah, like I love him. I love his game, but he's not there yet.
And look, OG is about to put the clamps on Cade, and he don't even understand what's about to go down.
Yeah, I feel like you have to put OG on him possibly right away, because you can't test shit out right now and put like McCall on him.
Yeah, no, of course not. It's gonna be OG on Cade. Brunson's gonna guard Beasley. Then you got obviously Cat and Duran going against each other. Then you're gonna have Mikel's probably gonna guard. Who's their other guy? Probably Tobias. You know what I'm saying? And then
Think
Josh
he's
is
got,
gonna get whoever their four man is.
you think he's got enough height for Tobias? They're not that far apart, are they?
No, I don't think so. Plus, Mikel's long.
Yeah.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like he got the long arms. He get that reach because Tobias ain't really gonna get him in the post that much. He's gonna try to shoot. So we're gonna get that hand up. I think the only way Pistons can beat the Knicks
is if we beat ourselves.
Is if we beat ourselves, bro.
Honestly,
it's really true. That's
honestly,
the only way they're gonna beat us. I see it ending in. I see a sweep, honestly speaking, or a gentleman's sweep.
I think it needs to be that.
It has to. This is a statement. We have to make a statement and let people know, like, yo, we're coming.
Like you, not that you stumbled into the playoffs, but you ended the season on a really sour note, at least to the fans, to end the season and go into the playoffs with the losses against Boston and Cleveland and the Pistons, and in really poor fashion because you led by double digits in all of those. And there was a stat that I remember that was like, what was it? Was it the Pistons game where that was no, I think it was the Cavs game, because the Pistons and Boston, we were up by like 10 and 13 at the most respectively. I think it was the game against Cleveland where that was the first time I think it said in 50 games in which the scenario was that the Knicks led by 15 and didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time in the last 50 games of us leading by 15 or more.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like,
usually if we go up by 15, it's a lock. That's
but here's the thing: it's zero. Everybody got a 0-0 record right now.
Yep.
It don't matter what you did in the regular season. It's a fresh start, and it's who's gonna be the most prepared, and it's gonna come down to experience. That's why, bro. I'm telling you right now, Cleveland or OKC are gonna get shocked. Those are the two teams that might get the boot early. I'm not saying first round, but second round.
I see it being possible. I don't hate that mentality because it's the story in and out almost every postseason. The inexperienced teams get bounced,
Mm-hmm. And we'll see. I mean, hopefully, I don't see. Honestly, this is my take. And in terms of the finals, I think it's going to be a rematch between Boston and Warriors.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
When was that a finals?
When Steph won his fourth.
Like 3 years ago, was it?
2, 3. No, yeah, because last year Boston won. The year before, no, 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2. Okay.
Yeah. So I see that happening, but obviously, the Knicks can shock us. And
that would be fun. That was my sleeper pick, and I guess that low key is your sleeper pick on a team to win it all, or potentially your sleeper pick.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see the Warriors going on a run, this being like Curry's swan song or whatever.
Yep.
I definitely see that. I just want to mention real quick because I definitely want to talk other stuff except Knicks because there's a lot of going on in the playoffs. I think it's gonna be fun. We got a few people that talking about no parity and whatnot, and that it's not going to be a fun playoffs. I don't know. I'm getting a vibe that this is going to be a fun playoffs.
Oh yeah, this is going to be one of the best playoffs I feel like we've seen in a long time all around.
I kind of feel that way too. Huck Porty though is a game time decision, and if we could get him at some kind of good amount of health, that's a game changer in my opinion.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. So if something deep in me has been saying, and I haven't said this out loud until right now, but there's a part of me that feels like the Knicks have just been saving it for the playoffs.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
No, I've been feeling that way because it
doesn't feel like this
will add up to me sometimes. Right. Some of these games, you know what I mean? And I just feel like they're holding back so that the story's even better come playoffs.
I don't know if that's exactly what they're thinking, but it definitely feels like we haven't truly played our A game yet.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't feel it. And if we have played our A game this season, then that's gonna be real fucking sad.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick playoff run.
That's not gonna be fun. But yeah, I think I don't know. I guess in my heart, I think that we make handiwork of the Pistons. I think we put them away in at most 5. I think we need to put them away in 4 to really. But see, that's the other thing. I don't know if I want to wake everybody up. Like maybe I want this to go like 6 and be like, oh, the Knicks could be beat, and then Boston, who we play, it'd be
Well,
wild
I
if we
think
don't.
honestly, I think you know what? If we got to see Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, then
No,
yeah, let's
it
play
would
it
be round
slow.
two. It would be round two. We
No,
either.
I know, but I'm saying if we were to see them,
okay.
then it's like we could play it slow, like stay
Yeah,
under the radar. But we getting them second round, so
right
we
off.
gotta let them know
Basically,
like,
right
yo,
off
we
the bat.
coming. You know what I mean?
Could you
Because we
imagine if the
scared them a little
Magic?
bit in that one game. If Tatum don't hit that 3, we win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we coming, and that just showed that I feel like even though we lost that game, that just showed that we can hang, that we gonna be able to put up a fight. You know what I mean?
I think we kept inching closer. Our first game against Boston, first game of the season, was a mockery. I mean, the amount of threes they hit, it was insane.
Well, the first couple were a mockery, bro. You know
I
what I'm
don't. I
saying?
don't think that that's a viable thing come the playoffs, though.
Nah. Because it's 7 games, man. You got to play us almost 7 times,
Yeah.
back to back to back. You know what I mean? They got chances to take a break from us, do their thing, come back, whip their ass, take a break. No, it's like, okay, you gonna hit us? Cool, we're gonna hit you right back. You gonna hit us? Yeah, we're gonna hit. It's gonna be back and forth.
Before we get off the Knicks, I will say I am worried because our record against over 500 teams is bad.
No, 100%.
We're like 13-25 or something crazy like that, and that worries me. That a lot of our wins came off of the bottom feeders of the NFL. I mean NFL. Jesus, I'm looking at the notes in the NFL.
Well, look, here's the thing. Like, yes, it's scary, but bro, we're number 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That says a lot. You know what I mean?
You don't get to number 3 by being trash. That's
exactly.
for sure. Speaking of trash, I mean Trae Young is playing the Heat right now, and Heat are up by 13 right now. So I'm praying that they send Trae Young home. I was talking to Chris about this the other day when we did the last episode, and did you see what happened with Trae Young in that?
Yeah, how he got stupid with the refs. And then he took the ball.
Stupid is one thing. That was just flat out disrespectful and childish.
But what that tells me is he's gone. He's gonna get traded.
I hope.
You know what I'm saying?
But I hope.
But he needs it. He needs to get out of there.
I hope to God he doesn't land on like the Lakers or a good team or organization. Please.
Well, they were saying the Magic. He might end up on the Magic.
I don't want to keep seeing him. Send him to the West Coast. I don't want to see him no more. Rolling
Who on the West you think would be a good fit?
Oh, I don't give a shit about his fit. Send him to Utah. I just want him to go be miserable fucking somewhere else. Send him to Utah.
I think he needs to get out the East and go to the West because he's a villain in the East.
He's too soft for the West.
He's a villain in the East, and I feel like if he goes to the West, he'll become likable again.
No,
I when Trae Young came out of college, I liked him. I was like, yo, he's a hoop, bro. I like him. And then he came to New York and started wilding out, and now I don't like him. Now we got to square up.
I didn't love Trae Young since the second he came into this league, and now I hate him. Like he is so corny. He is ugly. He does not know how to keep his hair straight. Like there's nothing likable about this man.
Hey, he might go to the Heat too. The Heat would be a cool little spot for him.
That's my second favorite team. Absolutely fucking not. I don't want no part of him in my Heat.
That's hilarious.
I would love to hear.
He was tripping, but that was pure frustration because he knows like my team is ass, and we ain't making the playoffs.
You still don't act that way. Like
of course I'm not saying it's an excuse, but that's what that message told me.
He's like, also not. He's not that great. Like whenever
when he plays against big guards, he shuts down.
But yeah, when there's been a few times against the Knicks, whatever iteration last year or this year, where once we finally press up on him and like put a body on him, like a real body, he crumbles. Like he starts doing turnovers. He starts throwing up like 60-foot shots from losing, trying to be a hero. He's not a good basketball player for the NBA. He could go play overseas. Like he might thrive over there.
Damn, you kind of like that.
Out the league. I went from Utah to out the league. Go play in Serbia, my guy. I don't give a shit.
That's hilarious.
But Tyler Hero is the truth. He's fire.
You know what's funny? Look, Tyler Hero's so good, but I can't stand him either. I can't stand Hero, bro. I don't know what it is about him.
He seems annoying. Like he seems like I don't know how to put it. Like him
and Trae Young would be a great duo. I think that's a great backcourt.
Oh fuck no!
I think that's a great battle. Imagine that, bro. They have similarities, bro.
You make your backcourt. They do not have similarities.
They do have. It's just Tyler Hero's a little bit taller.
Damn, I never heard anybody put those two in the same sentence.
Think about it. Their games will complement each other. You get Davion Mitchell out of the Heat, put Trae Young there with Tyler, and then you got Wiggins, Bam, and then you just got to get a true center for the Heat. They got a squad right there.
Yeah, because Bam is the truth.
Bam is the truth. I would love him to come to the Knicks. That he's like the Amari Stoudemire of this age.
Oh my god, that'd be insane if you could somehow. They're not going to give him up. That's not.
But you never know, bro. These organizations, bro, they're wild. They do crazy stuff.
I don't think Jimmy is the one exception to really getting out and getting his way and end up hating the Heat. The Heat are by and large a class act organization. They run a tight ship. I love the way that they handle themselves.
Because Pat Riley's the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just don't see them giving up Bam for effectively no reason.
Well, it would either be in free agency whenever his contract is up.
Yeah.
Because he's still really young.
I think
right?
Well, no, I think he signed an extension at some point.
Look it up.
In 20 oh no, never mind. Wait. He signed 2024, he signed a 3-year extension.
That's only 3 years, but how old is he?
See, now you're asking too many goddamn questions.
No, but this is my point is gonna come.
I get it.
He'll probably be 30.
27.
Yep, what I say, he'll be 30.
That's spot on. That's spot on.
If he don't do shit, he's signing somewhere else. Come to the Knicks, baby.
I don't know.
Come on.
I would love that. I'm not trying to even speak against that. I think he's just one of those dudes that's like, he's cool where he is.
Bro, he wants to win, bro. He wants to get a chip. If he wants to get a chip, he got to get out of it.
He went to Kentucky, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, those dudes, so did Julius Randle. Look at the Kentucky Wildcats are doing great in the NBA. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up this playoff bracket real quick. So then you have Pacers, Bucks in the other bracket, and then Cavs and whoever wins this Heat Hawks game. I think if the Heat make it past, I think they give the Cavs a run for their money.
100%.
I think so.
100%.
I think so.
Because they beat Boston, and I think they might have beaten the Cavs once.
Probably.
They got the personnel, bro. If they lock up.
Well, I think they have the coaching and the toughness and the experience. Like those guys were just in the finals. What, 2 of the last 4 seasons?
Yep. And then you got Wiggins, who's a champion, double champ.
Yep. He knows how to.
You know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero's been in the finals since his rookie year.
Yep.
Bam is an Olympic gold medalist, been to the finals multiple times.
I think it's very viable to see an upset in that one. Pacers Bucks is a toss up.
I need the Bucks to take care of business. Damian Lillard is supposed to be game ready for that. So
that's gonna be interesting. I still don't understand why the Bucks ever traded away Holiday.
That was the stupidest
Such a bad move. I could see them. I know it's probably gonna sound crazy, but part of me feels like if the Magic bring their A game, that they could do something in that series.
Against Boston?
Yeah.
I think so too, bro. Orlando, look, as much as people saying like Pistons is a team you don't want to see, the Magic.
Cole Anthony, one of the Wagners is healthy. If they were both healthy, I definitely think that there's a
100%
chance because not Franz. Wait, is Franz the blonde one or is it Mo?
Franz is the black hair.
Okay, so
Mortiz is the blonde.
If Franz was healthy, I think that because I think he's been out.
Yes, he's the one that's been out.
He's the enforcer.
But yo, Paolo's on a hunt right now.
That's what I'm saying. Him going against Tatum, I think, is something that could really disrupt that series. And then Cole Anthony going against Drew Holiday is going to be a fun.
The only difference is going to be the bench. The Boston just got a better bench than Orlando.
Yeah. That's
you got Pritchard,
the reason that they're true contenders and stuff is because their team top to bottom is solid as hell. You got Pritchard coming out here in these last few games of the season dropping like 30-something, 40-something points.
Exactly.
So on the Western side, Thunder, who did they get? What is the game that's left
between Dallas and
that's it, yeah.
and what do you call it? And the Grizzlies.
The fact that Dallas could still make the playoffs is wild.
They're gonna beat the Grizzlies because Anthony Davis is a lock. They got all their bigs back: Gofford, Lively, and Davis.
And they got skyscrapers.
They're loaded right now.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
low key, if Nico Harris low key built a contender somehow.
Yo, listen.
Harrison,
Look, if Kyrie was healthy, bro, Mavs are going far. If Kyrie was healthy, bro, think about it, bro.
I could see them being a potential problem. I don't know how far they'd actually go though.
They'd at least make a run to the second round, close to the semis, bro. I'm telling you.
I could see. Well, maybe not. I don't know about against the Thunder. They're still. I know that they don't have the experience, but they're still phenomenal.
No, facts.
They're still really fucking good. Nuggets Clippers. That's almost akin, like a better version of the Pacers Bucks series. Like I see that being a tough series, tight series.
Well, let me tell you this: if the two, I have two sleeper teams. It's the Warriors and the Clippers.
Yep.
Clippers, bro.
They played really good to end. For them, they had a little bump at the end of the season, but the last 2 months they played some good ball.
Real good. And you know what's gonna be the X factor? If people are, I've been telling people this on my streams, and they think I'm crazy. Ben Simmons is gonna be the X factor.
I honestly, you're out on the West Coast. You probably see more stuff than I do. I actually liked the Clippers for a long while. I enjoyed them. How has Ben Simmons been since he's been there? Have you seen enough?
He hasn't done anything that's like, oh wow, he's back to the old.
The fuck do you think he's gonna be an X factor for then?
No, because he's had moments in games where it's like, whoa.
That's what's kept him in the NBA this long is moments.
It's moments, bro, and he's gonna have a big moment in the playoffs.
The Zach Wilson of the NBA.
Because people sleep on his defense. Remember, Ben Simmons played defense.
He was a lockdown defender. That's what really was his calling card. And then he was a slasher. Yeah. He was a slasher and a good passer. And then he just forgot how to play basketball for a good long while.
Trust, bro. He's gonna do some work. I can feel it.
Yeah. Then you got, to round things out, Lakers, Timberwolves, Rockets, Warriors. I could see the Rockets getting they're not together. They haven't done anything in the playoffs this iteration.
Yeah.
I could see them getting upset by the Warriors. And the Warriors, I don't know, something to me just feels like that they can make a run this year. Lakers, Timberwolves to me is a toss-up.
I don't know.
I think Lakers, but I'm
leaning Timberwolves, bro. And I'm saying
I could see
Anthony Edwards is another one.
Yeah, I could see him. I could see him putting in work, especially against, somebody who is his maybe not mentor, but somebody who maybe he models. LeBron's one of the best, so he looks up to him potentially. I could see Ant-Man showing out for a series like that and trying to put it to rest. Like, no, the baton is passed to me now, kind of thing.
And you know who's gonna be the X factor for their team?
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Julius motherfucking Randle, bro. I'm telling you right, yo, trust me, bro. You heard it here first.
I almost spit out my water.
Hey, but Randall got the experience, bro. I'm telling you, dog. He's gonna show up, and he's playing the team that drafted him in the first round. He's gonna turn up.
We need things to go bad for them so that DiVincenzo comes back to the Knicks in the offseason, okay? Like you predicted.
He's coming back, bro.
I see it now more than I did when you first said it. I absolutely see it now because there's a legitimate path for trade or whatever for it to actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Mikal for DiVincenzo straight up.
Straight up.
I think I'll take that.
But that would be so dirty if they did that, bro.
You effectively traded 5 first-round picks to retain your own player.
But you know what? It wouldn't be Mikal. It would be Shamet, McBride, and a couple and whatever picks we have.
See, this is part of a conversation that Chris and I had, and I don't know how willing I am to give up more depth. Our depth is decimated already.
Chenzo or Mikal is going to have to come off the bench, or Josh Hart. Now you got a good bench still. You got Tyler Kolek, who's going to be seasoned next year.
We need big bodies. That's what we lack is size. We don't have a legitimate power forward behind Cat.
We honestly, bro, let me tell you something. If Mitchell Robinson does not freaking show up this playoff run, we got to give him the boot faster than ever.
I'll agree with that. If you tell me, do whatever you want, there's no repercussions, I'm trading Mitch and whatever I have to for Hartenstein to bring him back.
Either that or look, if the Bucks get booted, bro, we can get a shot at Giannis, man.
I said, was it the last episode? I think we briefly talked about like if I had to make a trade for someone, and I said Giannis. I just think as long as we don't have to, we would have to give up a lot because I forget how many years he has left on the new contract he signed whenever. But yeah, I don't want to give up too much though. I don't want to keep ripping apart what made this team great, and it's already partially gone. You know, the chemistry and everything from last year, but
well, the biggest thing is not freaking. Is the coach, man, the assistant coach.
I don't think people value Josh Hart enough to throw him into some of these big trades.
No.
I think
Josh is going to be a Knick until
But the thing is that I'm not sure if you heard it, but like a lot of people are mocking up like Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges for Durant trade scenario. Yeah. And to me, that's aggressively not worth it. Like
no way.
Durant is effectively past his prime. He plays no defense. He's honestly, I just don't think he got a good like attitude.
No, that part. I would do Josh Hart, Mikal.
Bro, he hasn't been able to take a team past really the first round.
100%.
He was with a super team in the Warriors, and before that, he had fucking prime Westbrook and Harden on his squad.
Yep.
He's not a winner.
No, he's not a leader. He's not a winner. He don't give a damn. He just plus to play basketball and make money, and that's fine.
He's a gun for hire. That's fine. What he is. If you give me him in the offseason, I'll take him like as a free agent. Yeah. I mean, if I could sign him straight up in the free, I will take that all day. If I could,
for sure,
without giving anything up, if I could add him to what I have now, that's dirty then.
100%. 100%.
It's most likely going to be trade. I also don't really want Booker. I need some. Our problem is not scoring; it's defense.
Defense, and we just need a solid four, bro.
We need a
solid four.
If Mikal could shoot threes, I'd be fine with that. But we need Shaman needs to play more. We need shooters.
If Mikal wasn't a bitch, we would be doing fine.
If you could swap me Mikal for DiVincenzo just for the shooting aspect, and then give me, I don't know, a Mitch for some big, like a more effective big on the offensive end who also plays defense. I don't know who it would be, but yeah, it's funny. We just keep coming back to the Knicks, but but yeah, I'm gonna let you rock. I love having this conversation. This was fun. I think this is gonna be a fun playoffs. I think people are under just selling what the playoffs are gonna be this year. So. I think we're in for a fun one, though. I think the Thunder.
100%.
I think the Thunder are stronger than you may think with their inexperience.
Look, I'm rooting for them. I want to see them do well. Honestly speaking, like I like the Thunder. I like them. They're a good young team. I think SGA has been working his tail off to get it to this point. So I would love to see them make it far. I would love to see them in the finals. I just don't think it's their time yet.
Yeah, like it almost feels like the Knicks, like the year before the year kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, like I don't think this is even remotely the next year. Could I also see them making a run? Kinda. I kind of could see that, but I also think
if I turn my delusion button on, I said it last year at the end of the year. We win in the motherfucking chip.
Yeah, you said in 2025. I don't know, man.
Man, we gonna wait and see. It starts tomorrow, baby.
Yes, it does. This is gonna be a fun playoffs. Definitely check BFlo out on his
yes, whatnot.
Shout it out,
live at Rippenstein. Come rip some bangers with me. I gotta send you my collection of Knick cards, bro. I've been stacking up, and it's legendary right now.
Show me.
Yes, I'll send you a flick later on this weekend.
Definitely, but yeah, it's always a fun time in his streams and whatnot. He's fun dude to go chill with virtually, and that's my homie from back in the day. So always love chatting with you, brother. But,
appreciate you, King.
Yes, we will do this again. Maybe after the Knicks win their first round series, we'll have a little.
That's right. I'm locked in
to preview the whoever we play against the Magic Celtics. But yeah, Any sports podcast. We talk about anything.
Yes,
At any
sir.
given time, I'm gonna give you Chris's spot, but the main focus is always the name of the fucking podcast, New York.
Yes.
God damn it.
I wasn't sure what we were doing there. You didn't prep me. You didn't send me the notes.
Yeah, well, my bad. My bad. You should just know.
New York all day, baby. Excuse me. F the Mets, Yankees all day, pinstripes. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
F Brooklyn, Knicks all day.
Chris
F
is
the Jets,
Chris is about to come after you
Feel the
now.
vibes. King of New York, big body brunch. Let's go.
All right. See y'all later.
Later, dude.
Chris and Dylan on the mic, straight from Queens Truth. Podcast game strong, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, Murph. Mets and Yankees, dream Bronx to shade. In the city that never sleeps, sports don't play. NY faithful, we're repping our teams. Jets fly high and I've got no dreams. From courts to fields, can't walk away. Queens talk sports each and every day. Chopped cheese breakfast, bagels by noon. Pizza slice nights over New York tune. Game stats fly while the meatball simmers. Chris with the takes, Dylan drops singers. Microphones buzzing like city lights. From Knicks brick shots to Rangers fights. Taste of NYC in every fight. Chris and Dylan, sports, talk, ignite. NY faithful, we're repping our teams.